Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're crushing morning miles or sprinting through back-to-back meetings, give your body the energy, protein, and power it needs to help you conquer your goals. Only at Smoothie King.
Everyone knows that feeling, wanting to experience more stories, but struggling to find the time. That's where Audible changes everything. With over 1 million audiobooks and Audible originals, there's a story waiting to spark anyone's imagination. Take The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley, the gripping psychological thriller that's keeping listeners on the edge of their seats. Imagine unraveling its mysteries during your morning commute, or losing yourself in its twists and turns while doing household chores. That's the magic of Audible. It transforms daily routines into opportunities for thrilling discoveries. The best part? Members get access to thousands of included titles, with new content added regularly. From bestsellers to hidden gems, every genre imaginable is at their fingertips. And with one easy-to-use app, switching between favorites or discovering new passions has never been simpler. There's more to imagine when you listen. Start a free 30-day Audible trial and get your first audiobook free at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Don't ask me to talk. We're back for another exciting episode of Don't Ask Me to Talk with your podcast pals and buddies, Stacey Heller, and you're laughing at my attempt to cover my slur.
I'm Eric Ryder, by the way. Was that what's his name?
Thurston Howell?
Thurston Howell the third.
100%, Lenny.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't ask me to talk.
Exactly. Don't ask me to talk
Wow.
with your podcast pals, Stacey and
Yes.
Eric.
The combo kids, Stacey and Eric.
Oh, I like that.
Your podcast pals.
I mean, we're just going to keep having more and more monikers.
Yes.
The multiple
One of them will
moniker.
stick.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, you're listening to Don't Ask Me to Talk. This is a show where we talk about really all kinds of things. We have this anchor where we talk about random high holidays, spelled with a Z, as it should be.
And we also pick a topic each week to discuss.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we sort of discuss
Sometimes debate. Sometimes we're on the same page. And last week we chose, or the wheel chose, the Wheel of Conversation chose farm or ranch, which
you thought was dressings.
Yeah. I have no idea how we're going to fill a whole segment with that, but we'll find out when we get to it.
Yes, we will. And if you want to hear some of our past debates / conversations, like when we discussed whether or not cheesecake is in fact a cake or a pie.
Right. One of our most controversial segments.
It was a lightning rod, really, of debate. You can find...
Literally was.
It literally was.
Probably the most controversial thing we've ever said on the show.
Yeah, like we got pulled off of Facebook, or you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Insane.
Asking for such sensitive information, Eric. How could you?
Crazy.
Anyway, so you can find past episodes like that one if you subscribe to, I don't know, subscribe to the podcast wherever it is that you listen to your favorite podcasts. Could be Apple, could be Spotify. I don't know where you listen.
Rate and review, 5 stars. We'll read it on the show.
We will read it on the show. We don't have any reviews yet, right?
That's a good question. I haven't checked. And just like when we were giving out the broken phone number for
yeah, I haven't gotten that fixed
God
yet.
knows how long. I probably should check since I made that promise.
Right? For all we know, we have a review.
Right. Well, we could have multiple. Who knows?
Yeah. We keep asking for things and not following through.
Yeah. We gotta break our bad habits.
Yeah. Well, so here's what happened last week, folks. We keep giving out a number that I was using for this podcast and my Stacey Connects podcast, and I got a Google number. It was like, this is going to be great. Apparently, when you call the number, it says that it was disconnected. And so I haven't yet solved the problem because, to be honest, I haven't yet started to try to solve the problem. So there's that.
Hey.
What?
We've got a 5-star review from A Nano Miss.
What?
That's right. and it says, "Keep talking." This show makes me feel like I'm part of the fun lunch table. So thank you, A Nano Miss.
Oh, that's so exciting. Thank you, A Nano Miss. Also, clever name.
Very clever. You know, we've had 4 ratings of 5 stars, so keep them coming, folks.
Okay.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
And again, if you leave us a review, we'll read it on the show.
We totally will. And you don't have to be a Nano Miss.
5 stars or above.
You
If you find a way to give us 6 stars, then we definitely want to talk to you.
Well, in your comment, you could say, would have given it 6 stars, and then we will...
You're not supposed to give them the answers on how to do it.
See, can you tell that I was probably a helicopter-ish parent? Well, and I have said, like, reach out to us. I'll send you one of my paintings. I've been in a painting mode lately. Still, I should say, not lately. And they're getting better and better.
I think last week you said that you painted a peach.
I did. I have moved on. Now I've moved on to
the rest
cactus.
of the emojis.
Eggplant.
Doing an eggplant.
Exactly.
Doing one of those
smiley face.
Smiley poops.
No, I did a banana. I'm holding up my phone so that you can see. Look at my banana. And
that's pretty good.
Thank you. And what I did is I took the sticker from the real banana and I put it on the painting so I can now say I'm a multimedia artist.
Very nice.
Right?
So you're in your fruit period.
I am. I also did cactus. I will have to post these on our Instagram account, which is Don't Ask Me to Talk, and also on Facebook. I will post these on our story so that as you are listening to this, you can look and you can see what I'm talking about. Because there's nothing worse than people talking about something and you're like, I don't know. I can't see that. So I will post it.
Great.
Then you'll be able to see. So yeah, I've been painting a lot. So I will sign it and send it to you. It is so much better than a headshot of me. Nobody needs that. Yeah. Assuming, of course, that you want that.
Self-portrait will do it.
Can you imagine? That would be oof.
So how's your week been?
Well, thank you for asking. But before we get into my week, I want to know the colonoscopy prep. Like the colonoscopy prep, I don't even care about the colonoscopy.
You said you're overdue for colonoscopy.
I am way overdue. I am fully in avoidance mode, which is not good for me, my health, or my body. I do not recommend. I am not a medical professional. Do not follow my lead.
Well, actually, let me stop you there because unfortunately, the colonoscopy did not happen.
What?
This last week. Because as you probably noticed on the previous episode, my voice being kind of weak.
Yeah.
I had a sore throat and a cough, and right after we did the show, I got a voicemail from the colonoscopy clinic that said, hey, if you've got a sore throat or any of these cold symptoms, it's like they were monitoring me or something.
Big Brother's watching you.
Yeah, exactly. Then you should reschedule. So that's what I did. I rescheduled. So the good news is that I was able to stop doing the prep, which I had already started, which at that point was basically don't eat vegetables.
Okay, so you really gave one up for the team.
That's right. Pretty much. So I had started that, and then I rescheduled. But the bad news is that it's for my birthday week.
So it's like November.
November, yeah. So it's a couple days after my birthday, I get to go through all the fun.
Can you at least have birthday cake?
Yes. I hope so. I didn't really think this through when I said yes.
You need to think about whether or not you can have birthday cake on your birthday.
I think I can, because as long as I don't get a fruit cake.
A vegetable cake.
Yeah, that I should be okay, because there's a buffer day there before I start the liquid stuff again. Yeah. So there's still time for you to hop on board and let's get this done together, because I know you're overdue. And maybe we could do a podcast from the colonoscopy clinic.
I mean, Yeah.
2 hours of silence.
I don't know. I have, I think, shared in the past that I follow the YouTubers Rhett and Link, and they've been friends since 3rd grade or something. And they actually went and got their vasectomies at the same time, and they also did colonoscopies at the same time. And it was funny, like when they're loopy, how they each responded to being loopy.
Remember when, gosh, now I'm not thinking of her last name, but Katie
Couric.
Katie Couric did her colonoscopy on TV,
Yeah.
on live TV.
Well, because her husband sadly died of colon cancer.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well,
I didn't know that part.
yes.
So,
Well, I can one-up her, I think. I did a podcast called Between Two Cheeks,
right.
and it was all about sugaring and waxing.
Yeah, I don't think this one-ups her, but...
Well, I mean, I had a Brazilian wax done on the podcast, and there was also, it was a YouTube channel, and so it wasn't down there, but you could see my face as I reacted.
Okay.
All right, I didn't one-up her, but here we are, back to butt jokes.
But I'm just saying, is that of interest to folks? Because Stacy is overdue, and we could record an
Anything
episode.
for the likes.
A delirious episode.
Hey,
Special 2-hour edition.
you know what? Don't
Straight from the doctor's office. It
tempt
might
me.
encourage her to actually do what she needs to do. So
Yeah.
write in, maybe leave that in the review. That's 5 stars, but Stacy needs to get a colonoscopy.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let's talk about something else.
Okay. Wait, you don't want to talk about...
Suddenly, I feel like this is too intimate. I regret asking you how it went. I just asked
I regret
because
ever
I care.
mentioning it. So, you never said how your week was.
Oh, right. How was my week? It was good.
Perfect.
It was uneventful. It was I'm practicing avoidance currently.
Clearly.
Yeah. Well, I'm practicing avoidance because I miss being at the lake house. Like, I even miss when my mom was visiting, we went to church, and like, I'm even missing going across the border to Canada to go to church. Like, that's missing the lake house.
Right.
But it was, it was a good experience.
Since it's on the border, you share a lake, do you have to boat into Canada to...
No, you go through the border pass thing. So drive through, and because our side of the lake is a very rural, kind of depressed part of the country, and I don't think it's only the meth. I think it's just depressed. It's sad, and
they're just bummed out.
and they're just really bummed. You go across the border and they're like, we've got wine, we've got cute little motels, we've got a Dairy Queen, we've got a mini golf, and they've got a church that sings like that. Like, it was like going to church, the musicale. It was as if the choir director is the chick that was in High School Musical. Mrs. Jarvis? I can't remember. It was like every song had like a jaunty Ethel Merman, Kate Smith vibe to it, which, I was
That's
like,
your jam.
that's my jam. And the words were up on a screen at the front of the altar so you could sing along. But that feisty little choir director, she was like, nah, mister, I'm not following the words on the screen. I've got my own version. And people stayed to the end. There was clapping. It was like, I felt like I was at a Catholic tent revival.
Interesting. Yeah, you don't normally think of Catholic Mass as
Nope.
being that theatrical.
It was jazzy.
Yeah.
And then the father, aka the priest, I dubbed him Father Factoid because he shared all kinds of random facts about things and clearly is a lover of the historical context of the book that is the Bible. So it is fascinating. And he did like a, so here's what to listen for in the homily. And he gave like a 7-minute talk about the highlights of what to listen for when he gets up to speak any minute now. Then the readings happened, which if you've never been to a Catholic Mass, there's like Old Testament, New Testament, Gospel. So that was all done. And then he gave the homily where he's like, so did you listen for the part where he was out in the desert for 40 days and he was like given sustenance and, you know, like this whole thing. It was a fascinating church experience.
All right.
Yep. So I encourage you to try a new church every once in a while.
Try a new country.
You get to, in a new country, because you get to make a wish and you might just find church, the musical. It was something. I'll tell you what. Like, Pete and I walked out and we were like singing the song.
I'm trying to think of like, it's been a while since I've been to church, obviously. But I'm trying to remember like any of the songs, like how
these were
it
songs
been.
I had never heard before.
Okay.
And I looked in the hymnal and they were there, but I can't read music to know if her version was the version that was written down or if she was like, you know what this needs? This needs a little tambourine.
Jazz it up.
Exactly. So, yeah. So that's what I miss. So that's why I've been practicing avoidance, because I miss the quirkiness that is life at the lake. It's just, it's not the same. Like the dog that plays soccer. There was a dog that was like full on playing soccer, and I got out there and was playing with the dog, and like the dog plays an amazing defense, like 100%.
Oh, so in real life, you're not just thinking of like Air Bud 3?
No.
Okay.
This is like Soccer Doodle 1. Like this, I'll show you a video later of the dog.
Soccer Doodle 1.
I'll post this on my social media too. This was crazy. This
They
dog.
never name movies 1. They never add 1 to a movie title.
Right.
But somebody should do that.
Right?
Like, think big.
Why not?
Yeah.
You're manifesting.
Star Wars 1.
Exactly. But is it 1 or is it 4?
It was episode 4. Yeah, some nonsense. But yeah, I'm surprised nobody has done that. Named their movie something 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I you know what? I think the best sequel name though is Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
But
right.
It's not as good as Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, you have a point.
That may be the best sequel name of all time.
That is
terrible
true.
movie, but great title.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, Electric Boogaloo. All right. So that's how my week has been. Like, I don't know if that's like really bad or if that's like so bad it's good.
It sounds like you're having a fun time.
Yeah, well, you know what? Life could be a whole lot worse.
Absolutely. You could be having a colonoscopy.
Or worse yet, talking about it for the whole world to hear.
Embarrassing yourself by discussing the private details of your health care on a podcast.
This is the moment that I want our show to blow up big.
We got to take a break.
All right. Yeah, that was exhausting. Keep listening to Don't Ask Me to Talk. We'll be right back.
That's right. We'll come back and we've got some holidays to discuss.
Yeah, we do. I'm not famous or connected or an influencer. I'm Stacey Heller of Stacey Connects, and I love to talk with strangers, friends, and family. So I started a podcast about making connections through conversation, asking questions instead of making assumptions, and addressing the elephant in any room. I also often go on tangents that beg the question, where is she going with this? Stacey Connects is meant to be enlightening and entertaining, or as I like to call it, edutainment. Listen, enjoy, and subscribe to Stacey Connects wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
And we're back on Don't Ask Me to Talk, your podcast pals, the Combo Kids.
The multi-moniker crew. That doesn't work. I need an M. The multi-moniker madcap. I need another one.
Let's keep workshopping.
Right. We're workshopping. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay. Well, anyway, we're back.
Chatting cats.
Oh my gosh, stop. You're coming up with all of them. Now I'm going to have to workshop it, as you say. I'm going to be out with my little notes app and like coming up with things that were called whatever. Anyway, let's talk about holidays. I feel like I'm better with that. Lake, do you want to talk about Honey Month, sweetie?
Honey Month. So I'm guessing this is a month-long celebration of honey, the actual, like the food stuff, as opposed to like last month where they had Romance Awareness Month or whatever it was called.
Right. Yes, this is a celebration of honey. How do you feel about honey?
I like it.
How do you feel about the hot honey trend that has been taking the world by storm?
You know, I don't think I've indulged in that at all. So I have no opinion. But if people are having a good time with it, then so be it. For me, it's hard to go wrong with honey. It's delicious. But, you know, I was trying to get some yogurt the other day, and I said, ooh, I like that honey yogurt. Maybe I'll get that as opposed to the vanilla. Mm-hmm. Then I looked at the calories.
Right?
It's a ton more calories with the honey in it.
Well, it's like, I mean, it's sugar.
Yes. Well, of course. But I thought, well, maybe it's like honey flavoring or something or maybe they're not using as much sugar in the yogurt part. You know, it's just being flavored with the honey or sweetened by the honey. But no, it seemed like it had the full sugar plus honey on top. Yeah.
I did not know that honey doesn't go bad.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
I didn't know that, like, you know, if ancient Egyptians were buried with honey as part of their dowry to the god of death, then, like, hey, we could open up a jar and celebrate this finding, and it would be fine. I had no idea. Because, like, to me, when it starts to crystallize and stuff in the jar, you're like, ew. But you can just sort of warm it up a little, and it's as good as new.
Yeah, you can just microwave it for a few seconds, and
it's also
it's never quite as good as new, but it does the job.
It's also delicious over. Here's a couple recipes. Okay, so if you're driving, like, pull over, or again, subscribe to the podcast, and you can come back and listen. It's delicious over a warm brie with a townhouse cracker if you're looking for something basic. Or take a Boursin cheese and cut up some pistachios and sprinkle it over the cheese and then add a hot honey over it. It's delicious.
Look, honey is great. I can see why Winnie the Pooh got his head stuck in a jar because of it.
I mean, I think he got so addicted he stopped wearing pants.
Well, we all have our problems.
Who are we to say anything?
That's right.
It's also Little League month in September. By the way, even though it's technically today still August, we're just pretending that we're in September because honestly, the dog days of summer ain't no lie.
It's coming up quick.
Yeah. But it's Little League month. And last week, I thought it was really cool. And I guess this is something new that Major League Baseball does. They play at the Little League field, like I think it's in Williamsport. And it was the Yankees, I think, that played. I don't know who they played against because I'm a Yankee fan by marriage. And so it was really cool that they have started playing a game each season at Williamsport. And then the little kids can watch the game. And
were you ever in Little League?
No.
Me neither. But I did play baseball as a kid for one of the teams in our town during the summer one year. I can't remember what that league was called, but essentially it was obviously non-pro kids playing baseball together. So I've kind of like Little League, I assume. And I remember that we were sponsored by Herzog Construction, but I don't remember what our team was called.
Oh, so you didn't do, like, in Little League, they're typically, like, each level, they'll use Major League Baseball team names. But it sounds like with what you were playing, it was like,
well, I think we were the Herzog Construction something.
Like the Screwdrivers.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't remember. That's been a long time.
Yeah. Little League, it's fun to watch. But I was not. First of all, I don't even know that they let girls play. I mean, they must have, but I don't remember any girls playing.
Yeah, back then.
Back
probably,
then,
yeah.
back in the olden days. And also, I was really more of like a stands girl, where it's like sounds fun to have some popcorn and sit and root for the home team. Okay,
but it makes me want to watch the Bad News Bears again.
Yeah, they remade that with Billy Bob Thornton.
Never saw the remake, but I remember loving the 76 version.
Yeah, with
Walter Matthau. Yeah.
And Jodie Foster?
Possibly. I know Tatum O'Neal.
Tatum
was in
O'Neal.
it.
That's
Vic
who it
Morrow.
It was totally Tatum O'Neal after
Okay.
she did the movie Paper Moon,
Yeah.
which was a really good book. What do you think about, first of all, it is also, and this is the last, we have many weeks to talk about other September holidays. But do you think it's weird?
No, we've got to talk about Whole Grains Month right now. I'm desperate to tackle.
It's because of the colonoscopy.
It is, yes. I was so happy to have grains again.
Yeah, well, now you got to watch out for the diverticulitis.
Right.
Yeah, because those seeds, they'll get you. Well, I was going to bring up square dancing and how it's International Square Dancing Month. And square dancing seems like a decidedly American thing, done on, dare I say it, farms and ranches.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
So the fact that it's International Square Dancing Month, like, I wonder where else they square dance.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, people invent something here, but then it travels the world over. People in, Ireland decide that they want to square dance too.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Did you have to do square dancing in gym class when you were a kid?
No.
In middle school?
No.
What? You didn't have the square dancing unit in middle school?
Why would we? I lived in California.
Oh, I lived in New Jersey.
If anything, we were breakdancing.
Oh, like Ray Gun from the Olympics?
That's right.
Okay, Ray Gun. Middle school square dancing is such a rite of passage where you actually
Really?
Yeah, you have to put your arm on the shoulder and waist of a girl. Eek!
Huh. No, we didn't have that. We didn't do that.
Wow. I wonder when that started as a thing, because I had to do it and I'm older than you.
Yeah, but you grew up on the East Coast, square dance country.
Right, exactly. Where square dancing was
No, I don't know. I've never heard of this. Kids are
middle schoolers.
Square dancing.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look this up and see what I can find. You're right by the computer. Type in middle school square dancing. Something.
I feel like I'm going to end up on a list doing this, but
it's fine. You're on your work computer.
Oh, great.
What can happen? I mean, I remember my kids having to do it, and when it was the square dance unit, because it was like a 2-week unit, and gym isn't every day, and so it was I had to dance with fill in the blank boy or fill in the blank girl, and they smell or they got sweaty armpits or their hands are clammy. It was a whole thing.
Well, there's a Reddit sub post under the Reddit nostalgia that says, "Remember when your school made you learn how to square dance in the gym?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Thank you, subreddit.
No, I don't remember.
Did you
that
have any
happening at
weird
all, but-
units in gym that were where did this come from?
Well, I don't like to talk about units in the gym, but I feel like anything in PE was weird and not fun in my book. But
This is true.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's a little trauma there.
no, we didn't have the the square dancing, thankfully.
Wow.
It was gym. We did sports, which I also
Dancing
didn't
is a
enjoy.
sport, as we learned from breaking in the Olympics.
Right.
So I'm just saying. All right. Well, all right. Well, do you know what today is?
Thursday.
Okay. No. It's National Sports Day.
Ah.
And it's also According to Hoyle Day.
Oh, okay. So this is actually something I do know a little something about.
Tell me more, Eric.
Because when I was a kid, I had the Hoyle's Guide to Rules and whatever.
Of course you did.
And it basically was like books that they would put out that had the rules for tons of different like card games and different games that are like public domain games, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't have the rules to Monopoly, but say poker,
Yeah.
the various versions of poker, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like
Keno,
gin, rummy,
whatever.
solitaire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's According to Hoyle Day.
Okay.
So you can whip out your knowledge. So are you the kid that went to the Scholastic Book Fair and like you were like, oh, there's the latest According to Hoyle book?
No. This was a gift somebody gave to me.
It's kind of a good gift, though, actually.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, because I love playing card games.
Yeah, I think that was the idea. Like, once you have the rules and a deck of cards, you know.
The world is your oyster.
The world is your oyster, yes. I mean, folks, this was before Game Boys.
Right.
This
is when we had to
before
make our own
laptops.
fun.
This was before the internet. This
We
was
had
before cell
dolls
phones.
made out of corn cobs.
You couldn't play Zombie Hunter on your
Right.
your iPhone. So, you know.
Right. But you know what?
They were desperate times.
They were desperate times. But you know what? It wasn't before? Slinkies. Because tomorrow is Slinky Day. And Slinkies have been around for a long time.
They still exist.
Did you ever get a Slinky?
I did, yeah.
And did you try to make it go down the stairs?
I did.
You really had to loosen it up.
Oh, it really, would go down like 2 steps and then stop.
Right. So you kind of had to loosen it up a little. And then they came out with like the rainbowy plastic ones, but
Right.
nothing beats the metal ones.
That's true. Yeah.
The metal ones are so much better. Let's see. This week it's also National Bacon Day. Like
I feel like bacon may have jumped the shark. I know this is a
Ooh,
controversial.
what?
This is a controversial statement here, maybe, because everybody loves bacon except for vegans. But
and there are
I feel
Jewish
like
people that
there-
don't eat pork.
Absolutely, yeah, and of course, yes. I shouldn't say everybody loves bacon.
I mean, they would love it, but they don't. eat
Half
it.
the world does not eat pork, and
Right.
more power to them. But there was a time there where it was like the hot ingredient, so it got mixed in with a whole bunch of stuff that it didn't need to be. It doesn't need to be on donuts. It doesn't need to.
That is true.
Yeah, be in jam. It doesn't need to. I mean, there's a lot of stuff where it just kind of like, we'll just throw some bacon on this. This will be better, and
Everything is not better
Yeah.
with bacon, is your point.
that was my point. Yeah,
Yes.
they were putting in ice cream. I
That's
didn't need
weird.
any of that stuff. Yeah.
No.
I like a nice slice of bacon with some eggs for breakfast. That's what I like.
And you
Or
like
a BLT.
Irish bacon.
I like Irish bacon. I like Canadian bacon. I like Mexican
You're
bacon.
a worldwide bacon fan.
I don't know if Mexican bacon is even a thing, but if it is, I like it.
I wonder how you say it. Now I gotta look that up. You know what else it is on the 31st? I had to highlight this. We love Memoirs Day. As you may recall, dear listener, we did an episode about our memoirs
That's
a few
right.
episodes back.
Yes.
So I thought it would be important for you to
And
know.
my memoir is going to be called "This Will Make a Terrible Movie," and your memoir was going to be called
She's still talking. because that just makes sense.
Yes.
Um,
Is
Yeah.
she still talking? Is that what it is?
oh,
or
maybe
is
it's
it just
yes.
she's
I think
still...
is she still talking?
Right.
Yeah. At least I have a sense of humor about it.
Of course.
I mean, come on. Yeah, that is an important. I'm looking up how to say.
You know, I'm living in fear, like every second of this episode now, that we are somehow going to disappoint a nano miss.
I know.
Now that I
Right?
know that someone's listening.
Someone else is at the lunch table with us.
Like the flop sweat on my forehead every time, like each. I don't follow
They're
up
like
with
the
a
Russian
joke
judge.
to each. That's right. Yeah, I totally feel like Ray Gun in the Olympics here, getting no points.
Oh, we're
anytime.
trying so hard.
Yes, we are trying our best, but I can't help but think about it now. So maybe this was a mistake reading, but please do leave us those reviews.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Yes,
No pressure.
once it becomes a amorphous group of listeners as opposed to a single person,
Right.
it's going to be easier to cope with, I think.
100%. Like,
Yes.
we need a lot of people at our lunch table.
That's right.
By the way, bacon in Spanish is tocino. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but it's T-O-C-E-N-O. Tocino.
Okay.
I did the Spanish pronunciation of the letters to show off my Spanish ability.
That doesn't indicate whether it's a different type of bacon.
Well, no, I don't think it is. I think it's just bacon. But whatever. What are the other holidays that I want to bring up before we have to go? Oh, let's talk about U.S. Bowling League Day.
Okay.
There's a reason.
I'm listening.
Okay. So I feel like bowling leagues are similar to, I think I've shared before. If I haven't, then surprise. My oldest daughter, Annie, she did ballroom dancing from second grade all the way through high school. And then she recently started back
She
up
moved
again.
on from square dancing to ballroom dancing?
She multi-danced because she was doing ballroom and square dancing.
Simultaneous dancing.
Yes, she did it as her after-school activity or her sport, if you will.
Wow.
And
This was not an option at my school.
well, it wasn't an option at her school either. It was something that actually we sought out at a Arthur Murray dance studio.
Oh, okay.
And so she did it for a really long time. She is an exquisite, beautiful dancer, I
It was
have
a
to say.
ballroom blitz, if you will.
It was a ballroom blitz. And so she did an amazing job. Now, there was competitions that you could go to, and the dancers, because it wasn't a school activity, they ranged from 7 years old to 75 years old, probably even older. And on the weekends, there would be these competitions at various, like, the Holiday Inn ballroom or the, whatever, the Eco Lodge ballroom. And it was like a whole subculture, very lively, vibrant, involved subculture that I was like, who knew this existed? There are vendors, there are clothes, there are people that will bedazzle your gowns, there are shoes you can buy, like there's choreography you can get, there's the hair and makeup. I feel like
These ballroom dancers live among us.
they're walking among us every
We
day.
have no idea.
And I feel like the bowling league is the same way. Like, you want the shirt with your name on the back. You're
Right.
part of the league, the special ball, like, the bag that you can get. It's these like, and when I say subculture, I don't mean like,
No, but I
less
mean, some
than,
people
but-
take it really seriously.
yes,
And it's their hobby, and they do it every week. And yeah,
it's fascinating.
I've never been that way with anything.
Anything
Are you a good bowler?
with bumpers,
With bumpers? I don't think that counts.
it counts somewhere for something.
Yes, when you're 8.
Or 54.
Okay.
I'm always like, can I have the bumpers on? I mean, I'm okay. I love when I bowl with my husband because, so backstory, years ago when the kids were small and my niece and my nephews were skimboarding at the beach, he was like, oh, I'll try that. Yeah, no biggie. So he was skimboarding in Rhode Island and 100% he broke his wrist. Like there's no way he didn't break his wrist. However, he's like, no, it's fine. And he never did anything about it because he was too proud to admit that he had broken his wrist. So all these years later, he will go to bowl, and it's like he has like a wrist flare up.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what a dork. Because I'm a loving, sensitive, supportive wife. And it just reminds me of the fact that he was too proud to deal with the broken wrist when he broke it at the beach. And so, he'll like shake his wrist because obviously whatever the movement is that you do when you're bowling or however he bowls, it clearly triggers something in him. Yeah. So we don't go bowling often.
Same. I haven't been bowling in years, but every time I go, I have fun. And sometimes I'm good, and sometimes I'm extremely bad. It's just super random with me. There'll be times where I'm getting turkey like 3 times because I think that's like 3 strikes in a row, and you get. And then the very next game, it'll be gutter ball, gutter ball, gutter ball.
Do you do better
I got
when
no
you've had
discipline.
more to drink? You're not really a big drinker, then.
No, I'm not a big drinker, so I have no idea.
You don't have a compare and contrast.
I don't know. But,
well, we talked last time about doing, I think it was last time. I don't think it was this one, about how we should record a podcast episode live or something.
Right, from your colonoscopy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Maybe, hear me out. Maybe we don't do that.
Okay.
Maybe instead we do it from a bowling alley. I think
All
the
right.
background noise would not at all be a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Any other days that you want to point out? I think it's unfortunate that there's a skyscraper day in September.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that seems bad.
Well, it may have been around for longer than
Maybe.
the thing you're referencing.
Wah, wah.
And Frankenstein Day is coming up on the 30th. And now, is that Frankenstein's Monsters Day or Dr. Frankenstein's Day?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Or is it just celebrating the book and the movies and the franchise and everything involved?
Now I feel like I need to look it up. Okay, what?
Or it's just like Bobby Frankenstein. He had a really good day. And
Wait, what day is it?
Frankenstein Day.
No, but which? The 30th?
On the 30th, yes.
30th. Okay, hold please. I'm looking this up.
It's an annual holiday celebrated
Oh, how'd you find it faster?
August 30th, which is Mary Shelley's birthday. Okay, so it's in
Oh.
celebration of her 1918 novel, Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus. That part always gets left off.
200 plus years since that was published. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like 200 years ago, like, minds wouldn't be as twisted as they are now. Good to know
Well,
that.
they were more twisted.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, there you go. It's also College Colors Day, which I feel like there's a thing that happens in high schools where kids, after they declare what college they're going to, like the next day they wear their college colors. So I don't know, like, what this one's.
I never really understood that allegiance to colleges that people have. They spend their whole lives talking up the fact that they went to a college for 4 years. And then everything they own has to have the mascot or the logo from that college on it, which I just don't understand. Maybe because I went to a technical college. Maybe if I went to a university, I'd be like all about, whatever.
I've asked you this before. Have you watched the John Mulaney special, Kid Gorgeous at Radio City?
I'm pretty sure I've seen that. Yeah.
He does a whole bit where he talks about how he was an English major and he went to, I think, Georgetown. And he's like, college is like $100,000 hooker. Like, they'll take your money and they don't remember you. Like, he does this whole bit about, like, I gave you $100,000 and you spent it. Like, now you're coming back to me and asking me for more money. Are you crazy? And he makes a good argument for not making a donation to your college
Well,
because you made one.
yeah, but also I'm not going to wear the T-shirt of a hooker. that
I don't know.
I paid 130 grand. You know what I mean?
The gold lame bathing suit.
Yes, from a couple of couple weeks ago. Yeah, we talked about that. But also, yeah, maybe, I tell you what, if that particular sex worker designs a T-shirt with her on it, and it's not too expensive,
Never say never.
I'll buy that.
Exactly. I
Oh,
thought
my
you'd change
goodness.
your tune.
Well, we have to take a break, unfortunately, but we're going to come back and talk about this week's topic.
Hard-hitting topic.
Hard-hitting topic, farm or ranch, for some reason. Stay tuned.
Oh, boy.
This is Eric Ryder. If you like alternative rock, indie, post-punk, art rock, or whatever you want to call it, you may like the band Battersea. Our debut album, Shooting Day for Night, is out now, and you can find it at batterseatheband.bandcamp.com or most places you stream music, like Spotify, YouTube, etc. That's Battersea, BATTERSEA, theband.bandcamp.com. It's Eric Ryder, and
Stacey Heller.
this is Don't Ask Me to Talk. It's your weekly hangout with your podcast pals.
Yeah, the cool kids.
That's right. Yeah. Or
Hey, I did one.
yes.
I've been trying to keep up with like all the different gang names that we can have.
Gang names.
Yeah. I'm I'm like, if I'm not a Crip, am I a Script? But I don't really go by a script. It's very off the cuff. I'm part of the off the cuff gang.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. So our topic today, you're super excited about it. Did you do a lot of thinking and reflecting?
No. This is one of the. I mean, and bless you for taking on the the thankless task of picking
Clearly
the topics for the show every week and putting them on the wheel, because somebody's got to do it, and you do it, and I appreciate it, and because we wouldn't have a show if we didn't have a subject to talk about. So it's an important part of the show. But sometimes I don't follow the logic of how you think that this is a conversation when you pick some of these topics to put on the wheel of conversation. And I'll admit this is one of those, farm or ranch, ? But you can lay it out and explain what you were thinking, and then we can go from there.
Great. Okay. So remember last week when we talked about time travel?
Uh-huh.
So let's say you were forced to go back in time and you're like either have to be a farmer or a rancher. They're very different lives, really. No?
I mean, I guess. Aren't they really the same kind of life?
No, because one, I'm thinking rancher like livestock. You're out mending the fences and you got to hurdle them all and you've got to do all that stuff, whatever it is involved. And clearly I'm going on the farmer
so
side of this
is the
conversation.
difference between the farm and the ranch that you're raising horses or opposed to vegetables? I don't.
Yeah,
what?
I guess it's what it is. Like farming, I'm thinking like I'm growing the wheat, I'm cutting the wheat, I'm, raising the corn, I'm doing all that stuff. And I'm not dealing with like all the things that a ranch has to do with.
All right. So I put this into a search engine because I'm not 100% sure on the differences between a ranch and a farm. Clearly.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not either.
I've been a city mouse my whole life. But there's a post that says, in basic terms, farms are plots of cultivated land that produce crops. Ranches, on the other hand, are farms that are geared toward raising cattle or sheep for commercial purposes.
As their crop.
Often ranches will indeed have a grown-in-the-ground product. So, a ranch is a farm.
All right.
Done.
Great.
So I guess we're farmers.
So here's my...
We're farmers only on this podcast.
So here's
if we go back in time,
here's
I'll have to live this
here's my backup
Aquarian topic. Aquarian lifestyle.
I have a backup topic then.
Okay. But I mean, did you want to expand upon this at all?
I'm just curious if you had to go out and herd sheep or horses or cows or whatever, or you were like, time to go out and like plant the corn, and like which would you vibe more with?
Right. Okay.
This came from, I'll tell you where this came from.
Yes.
This came from me finding the book Little House in the Big Woods.
Okay.
At a store at the lake this summer, and it's my favorite work of literature as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I clearly have some issues with scarcity versus abundance, but that's for my therapist later. And a lot of it is around like the sustainability of living on their farm and having to like farm and ranch and whatever. And the part about like having to deal with the animals never appealed to me. But the idea of like, you know, okay, we're bringing in the pumpkin, we're canning up the, you know, the vegetables so that we have it throughout the winter and this kind of thing is very appealing to me. And so I was like, interesting. So I was sort of denoting it like farm is like, you know, the crop is not live animals.
Sure.
Right. So I'm like, I don't think I would want to do that. I think I would rather work on a farm.
Okay. So for me, every time I'm driving through somewhere rural and I see like cows munching grass in a field, I'm excited. I don't know why, because I don't see cows very often, I guess. And so I see the cows and hey, cows. Gertie, there's cows. Take a look. You know, or horses or whatever.
Right.
And I think, that would probably be kind of fun to work with animals. But when I get down to the nitty gritty of what that would actually involve, you know, the dealing with the poop, dealing with the trying to breed them, dealing with the saying goodbye to them when they're slaughtered for our bacon, I wouldn't. All that stuff would be really hard for me to deal with. So I think I'm with you that raising some crops would probably be more my speed.
And, you know, and I don't mind the whole, like, I am so not a morning person. And yet anytime I wake up really early for something, I'm so gratified that it's like, okay, I'm up, I'm out, I'm doing my thing. And not that when you are a farmer, it's not like you're like, okay, all done at 3:00. Like, it's a grueling, obviously, round the clock lifestyle. But things have come a little further than they were back when I read Little House in the Big Woods. And so I don't know, the idea of like being out of doors and like, you know, harvesting something that you like, you get to see the life cycle of something, you get to enjoy it. Things always taste better when you make them yourself. Like, I don't know, I have a very romantic notion of like farm life.
Well, that was kind of something that I was hinting at with the time travel episode, that, you know, going back in time, we'd be able to taste these flavors that we can't taste now. And I think there's something to that as well, like the farm fresh, you know, so fresh that it was just out of the field, you know, is something that as city mice we don't normally get. So I could appreciate that.
Well, and, you know, it's...
And
like
we have to wrap up fairly soon. So after you express this thought.
I also think that there's a lot of vegans out there. So I could live without having animals, but I could live on the farm very happily. I could have honey on cheese with bread. Enough said.
So you could raise some bees.
Yes.
Yeah.
See?
I think vegans don't do honey because.
Well, I'm not going to be vegan.
Right,
I'm just
okay.
I'm just not going to kill any animals on my farm. I'm going to go to the neighboring ranch. How about that?
Fair enough. All right. What are we going to talk about next week?
Oh.
We'll find out if it's the backup topic that you had in mind.
All right. That's a separate topic that I don't have on there yet.
Oh, well, you have to add it because we'll have to replace the scintillating farm versus ranch topic.
Sorry, Anonymous.
Surprise talent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this
Surprise!
you're talented.
You're talented.
No, this is like, I mean, you and I have a little bit talked about this, but you've got to have a third talent. You can't just be good at music, good at this job that you do. You've got to be a triple threat. You're a Disney star, kid.
Well, yeah. I'll have to think about this for the week.
Well, see? Homework. You're welcome.
Yes.
All right. Well, sorry that was a little lame, but it wasn't.
I think we got into some good stuff.
Yeah, there you go. We're thoughtful people. All right. Have a good week, everybody.
We're not fighting now, are we?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
fine. I just don't come over to my farm.
I'll bring you some homemade ranch dressing, though.
All right. You're welcome. Have a good week, everybody.
Thanks for listening.